Competitive, the Kansas City Chiefs, two-time Super Bowl winners. Harry, would the Chiefs be the first team to have ever repeated? They show up in 8 days. Well, does a bear poop in the forest? I'm not counting against Patrick Mahomes and what he has accomplished since joining the National Football League as a starting quarterback. With their attack, which adds 2 speedsters, Xavier and Hollywood Brown, I admire what they have accomplished. Explosiveness from the Kansas City Chiefs this year, but also on defense. They are returning a lot of their key players who they had in 2023 on that side of the football. You're already going loose on the D and loosening on the deuce to a whole fresh degree. You have baseball experience. You have made a bear reference. We are in a good place. Look, the Kansas City Chiefs are set to do something never done before. That is the driving force entering the season. So, Damon, do you think they can finish this in three-peat? Listen, Patrick Mahomes, that demigod is not past that number. But listen, one thing that has truly helped the Kansas City Chiefs and their amazing run go is that they have not suffered any kind of significant injuries along the road. When you go on championship runs, I always say, listen clearly, you have to be highly gifted, well-coached, disciplined, all those kinds of things. One of the most crucial components, though, is that you must be healthy all through this period. The Kansas City Chiefs have been quite healthy. In a tough game like football, I would find it difficult to say that I would rank them as the favorites right now, mainly because it's difficult to go this long a time without having some type of catastrophic injury somewhere along the road. Talk about what they did last year with Patrick Mahomes and a rookie in Rashee Rice becoming an option 1A for Travis Kelce, and how they simply constantly bring in receivers that step up when most needed. Additionally, Jeff Darlington's proximity to players is interesting for this one, as you really interacted with Mahomes right after the Super Bowl. His level of motivation is what? Sure, yeah, I did. First, and most importantly, did Harry merely name it poop? Quote, the great Happy Gilmore. For that is what I assume to have occurred there. Now let us discuss Patrick Mahomes. I did speak with Patrick Mahomes on the field shortly following the Super Bowl. He seemed to be still sweating from the game and was already discussing the concept of a three-peat. Like he wasn't even willing to savor the repeat before he was considering something never done in the NFL. And Mahomes is adding his career here as well. That's his perspective. It's not absolutely about right now trying to get to 7 Super Bowls to eclipse Tom Brady by getting to 8, which maybe down the line he will have his eyes on. Right now, though, it's about doing something none else has ever done. No team has ever won 3 in a row. To help you appreciate how challenging it is, though, 8 teams have gone back-to-back. 3 of those 8 teams did not even qualify for the playoffs, and none of them returned to the Super Bowl in that 3rd year. Although this is quite challenging, Patrick Mahomes might be able to complete. Guys, let's start right now, since he just provided you with the data showing how difficult it is to even get it back to the Super Bowl following consecutive victories and visits there. Starting with you on this one, I find it fascinating since, for Kansas City, what would be any kind of obstacle to prevent them from ever returning to the Super Bowl? That's what Woody raised, I believe. The only thing that might stop the Kansas City Chiefs, in my view, are injuries. What the past 6 years have revealed about Kansas City indicates that they will be attending the AFC Championship game. That is one of the already occupied slots out of 2. To challenge Kansas City in the AFC Championship game, you have all those other teams vying for that other berth. Therefore, I think the only thing that might halt Kansas City is what Woody mentioned, injuries. Same for you, then you agree? Surely. Kansas City have hosted AFC Championship games. This past year, we have watched them choose the long, difficult path and travel all the way to do it. Since they still have the quarterback on pace to be among the best we have seen, I believe injury to me is the only thing that could truly throw this team off. You mean Mahomes' standard the normal one. Right now, he is the NFL's benchmark.